And having this franchise, the Aviators, AAA, for you guys here in Vegas, with all that's going on with the stadium and everything.
I tell you, it's amazing. And you know, we kind of kid. I've known Donnie Logan for over 30 years, going back to when I was a player. And there was a year, in fact, Sandy Alderson's here tonight, you know, my former mentor, GM with the A's and with the Mets. And back, I think it was 90, maybe 94, we tried to get the affiliation down here with Las Vegas when Hank Stickney owned the team. And they passed on us. And I kid with Donnie because we won multiple championships up in Vancouver, Edmonton, and then Sacramento. And I told him those championships all could have been yours if you would have affiliated. But we, despite the fact it wasn't Donnie's decision, but I always felt like sometime in my career we would be down here. It's a great city. I mean, it's amazing growth here in the last decade. And a guy like Donnie Logan and the staff here is really important. I mean, at this stage of my life and as long as I've been involved in this game, in many cases, the stadium's great, but it's also about the people. The people run this team are just first class.
You mentioned you played at Cashman. I was just thinking, when I come up here, I think, what a difference it is just for the whole experience and the fun, and you kind of feel welcome. I mean, it's almost like, maybe it's a mental thing, but it's like, wow, it's just better. I mean,
yeah,
mentally.
This is a first class. I mean, I got to be honest with you, the facilities here are better than we have in Oakland. I mean, it's no secret that, we're trying to secure a new stadium. We have an old stadium, but the facilities here, I mean, when our guys get sent down to AAA, they're actually going up in terms of the playing and the stadium, and so it's really an amazing place. And Vegas has always been a great place to play. I mean, even going, Cashman Field as a visiting player, I loved going in there. It was just it's a great city. It's a great town, and now it's a much more diverse town here than it was even when I was coming here as a player. And then it's any excuse to come down here is a good excuse.
What's the latest on the talks with the city and trying to secure a place there and get a stadium there? I know you lost the Raiders. That city lost the Raiders and so forth. What's the latest?
Well, Dave Cavalier, that's what he was brought in to spearhead the stadium search. And listen, we keep taking baby steps to securing a stadium. We're trying to build one on the water, Howard Terminal. It would be a beautiful venue, be a great place for the players to play, and just it's absolutely gorgeous. So, and we've had no setbacks up to this point, so hopefully it'll keep going, and we're shooting for 2023 for a new stadium.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Something's got to happen, though, right? You can't continue to play in that thing.
Yeah, and listen, everyone's doing. I mean, the city wants us to say we want to stay. Our ownership. So I mean, listen, building venue, as you know, here in Las Vegas, they took a long time to get this done, and the same is going to be for any major league stadium. So, but everyone's doing they're playing their part right now to get it done.
Is it almost, from your guys' standpoint, almost a good thing the Raiders are leaving because now you're the only show in town? I mean, that's a sad thing for Oakland with the Warriors and the Raiders leaving, but now you're the show.
Listen, sharing a stadium, we're the only baseball team that shares a stadium, and the Raiders would say the same thing. And I've seen the building they're building down here, and this is going to be a great football town. I mean, listen, a lot of Oakland A's fans are also Raider fans, so you feel for them in that sense. But there's no team that travels better than the Raiders in all of sports. I mean, there's going to be people flying down from Oakland. So I'm sure if they were going to lose them, this is the place they're okay losing them to. But again, I know there's a lot of people disappointed, but still, from our standpoint, it will help having the venue to ourselves, and then hopefully get a new venue.
What's kind of the latest numbers that you look at now with players? I know in fact, there was just an article in USA Today with Goose Gossett saying the game's unwatchable now, and it's just changed so much, and the home runs and all that. What's as you see it? What's the latest thing?
Well, first you got to be careful on who says what's unwatchable. Is it listen, I've got 3 kids. There's things they listen to. That's unlistenable. That's unwatchable. When a guy my age starts saying, or somebody says, you be careful where it's coming from. The game is great right now. Okay, in many ways. I mean, is it a different game? Absolutely. Is it a smarter game? In my opinion, yes. The people working, I think the players now. I was fortunate to play with guys like Kirby Puckett, Hall of Famer, Mark McGuire, guys who are just great players. But I can tell you the game right now is the players playing today are way better than when I play, in my opinion. I mean, it's just incredible talents. And we got teenagers who are dominating. They come over 20 years old and they're the best players in the game. You got Mike Trout at 28 doing things that are historical. So I think the game's in great shape with the talent. I think it's very watchable. So I would have to disagree.
Is there a problem with everybody talking just about the home runs now as opposed to the shift and the bunt and the hit and run?
I'd say the game has changed. I mean, and again, the home run is an efficient way to score. It's a mathematically based way of playing the game. It's the quickest way to run is swinging once and hitting a homer. There's a lot of good things have to happen when you single, bunt, steal a base. So the again, it's more of a mathematical approach. Everything now is about being efficient and doing what's the quickest way to score runs, what's the best way to prevent them, and so it's part of the evolution.
And I like what let me ask you again about the eventually everybody will have an IT guy on their staff.
Yeah.
And why is that?
I just think that there's so much information that can be processed and will need to be processed during a game. I mean, right now we're able to provide, our front offices are able to provide field staffs with a lot of information before the game, but there's going to be things during the game that, information you're going to need to, when you make decisions, how you position players. And I just think, again, just like the rest of the world, guys who manage the state are going to be important, even to baseball teams in a dugout.
Analytics is such a big deal, isn't it, anymore?
Yeah,
it probably was back when you were doing it all, but now it's like,
it was a lot simpler. Yeah, nobody knew what an algorithm was when I was. Now they're helping us make baseball decisions and a lot of other decisions. Hey, listen, when I turn on my computer and there's an Orvis fly fishing ad, I realize they know I like to fly fish. So, and you know what? I'm fine with that because they're it's directed towards me, and in baseball, in some sense, right now is not unlike any other business. Again. And we need the same skill sets that Silicon Valley needs, that Wall Street needs. And again, because of that, the game's become a lot smarter business, in my opinion.
Final question, who are a couple of the players off of this team that we'll see in Oakland in the near future?
Oh gosh, whenever you ask these questions like this, I'm going to leave like a bunch of guys out. There's a lot of guys in this team that we think very highly of. Obviously, Sheldon Noisey's had a great year, Mateo's had a great year, Fowler's had a great year. I mean, Seth Brown's, it goes on and on. So by virtue of naming a few, I'm leaving people out. So all I can say is that the team's had a great year. They're tied right now. I mean, we really want to win. We always want to win, but we really would love to win in this inaugural year for the city, for the people who own this team, people who follow this team. So we're going to be glued on to every single game here the last couple of weeks.
Actually, the final question once again about that Nathan Patterson kid. I thought that was he goes to that batting cage and everybody's, and the next thing you know, I mean, obviously a lot of hard work for the kid, but that's a cool story.
It is a great story, and listen, it's a credit to one of the scouts that really followed up on it. I mean, again, what's neat about stuff like that is that the world is so interconnected. When stories like that come out, we can react to them. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, a kid would have done that, nobody would have known. And now he does that. Now he's going to get an opportunity to play pro ball. It'll make for a great movie.
Yeah, as you well know, right? You get asked about Moneyball too often.
No, it's not. I'm proud to be associated with an author like Michael Lewis, who changed the world with many of his books. It's been a great experience for myself and hopefully for the organization.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
I appreciate it.